Hello and welcome. My name is Javier Rivera, and today on our DTF series, we're going to be doing our conversion on an Epson Ecotank 8550. The 8550 is the white format photo printer. We're going to be using this because I want to keep my white format 12 by 19 inches and keep printing on that. And also allows me for the 6 channels so I can have white 1 and white 2. This I found that this is not a very straightforward conversion kit. There's a lot of things on the way. There's a lot of things that need to be moved. There's some things that you will need to be aware of and things like that. So I'm going to try to give you the best shots that I can. Please don't forget to subscribe, give me any comments, anything like that. I can answer any questions you guys have. We're also going to be doing an external waste tank halfway, which pretty much I'm going to be running this external waste tank hose through the power cable, like literally right on top of it. It allows for a cleaner job. I find it to be a lot easier for my workstation to have that running through the power wire, and then I can route everything out of the way, and it leaves me a really nice, clean workstation that I'm not afraid of tipping anything over or crimping a hose or knocking things down. Everything's out of the way. So I really like it. I really like the way it's printing so far. I'm going to be doing another video later on so we can compare with the XP15000 and this ET8550. So please subscribe. Let's stay tuned on that one. However, without further ado, let's get started. All right. So a couple things I already did. So I already unboxed the printer. I already took all the blue tapes out of it. So that's out of the way. Another thing I did is I powered on the unit, and then I made the print head pretty much stop, so that way I can move it left and right. So that's done already. So we're going to begin by taking all the screws here. This cover right here on the front, this cover is going to be a little tricky to get out. There are some wires in here that we have to be very careful. I'm going to remove the waste tank out of the way. And then we're going to begin. So I'm going to be removing these two side panels, that way to make it easier on us. The right panel is what we're going to be using to drill for our external waste tank. So let's just get into it and start removing all the screws. Now always, please remember the black screws where they go and the white screws where they go. All right. I'm going to be moving the printer around. I'm going to try to get you guys the best angle possible. So here we go. All right, we're going to be removing the front tray because that's going to give us access to one screw that is right next to the USB ports right here on the front. Now we have two screws on the back that we're going to have to remove, right? They're very low. One on each side. It's going to be this one right here and this one right here. Now we're going to open this paper feed and let's see if I can get a better view. There's going to be one screw right here on the side. Don't get confused with the one that is on the black tray. Right here on the side, there's going to be one for the cover. So at this point, you should have 5 black screws, and you should have 6 silver screws with a small silver screw. For this cover on the left side that we're going to be removing, be very careful in here. There's going to be a lot of wires here. That is where your main board is. And also the first plug, be careful on that one. There's been times that I have knocked that one out, and that is for my power button, and then it won't power up. So just make sure you don't do those. So here I'm going to do a tapping. So I'm going to tap it and on a back motion. So as you can see, this one right here, and see on mine is almost unplugged. So there we go. So just make sure that those ribbon cables are connected. This right here, this metal tray, is for your ink system, and it's going to be on the way. So that's the only tricky part with this one. All right, so we're going to start removing this metal tray. We're going to carefully remove the spring that is holding this bar down. Okay, so we're going to remove that just so we don't lose it. In between, right here in between the hoses, it's going to be somewhere around the almost after your metal piece. There's going to be right here a Phillips screwdriver. It's going to be on the bottom 3. I don't know if you guys can see it, but literally it's going to be in between the hoses. It's going to be on the plastic piece where the hoses come down into the metal piece on the bottom 3. There you're going to see it. If you spread those hoses a little bit, you're going to see that. You're going to see that screw. Right. Now I'm going to remove my plastic guides. Very careful. Carefully. I should be able to remove the metal guide. Now that this is removed, now my rollers are going to be exposed. Alright, and now that those rollers are exposed, these should just be easily be able to pull up. So I should just be able, there you go, you're going to hear those springs come up. Alright. Alright. So now, carefully, I'm going to do this to just make it easier. So I'm going to remove this right here on the top. That's going to expose the tray that I was talking about, the plastic tray, and I'm going to remove the tray, make it easy on me. Now with it exposed, I can remove this plastic tray that has the hoses. Now, like any other printer, or at least the XP 15000, we're gonna have to break the tab here on the corner, and make it straight. That way we can remove it later. So we just, it's pretty easy to bend by hand. Now we're just gonna pull straight. And our rollers are out. Now we're just going to pretty much install everything back but that right hand corner cover so we can do our external waste tank. Which right now we can actually do right here if we want to. Pretty much this one has the waste tank on front, so it's pretty cool, pretty straightforward. We're just going to grab this right here on this little clip. We're going to pull back on it. We're going to remove this hose, okay? And then we're just going to remove it here from the route, and we're just going to bring it all the way back. All the way back. And just pretty much remove it, leave it on the side for now. And now we're just going to reinstall everything that we removed here for the tray. And so when you install these clips, make sure that your hoses can slide a little bit. They're supposed to be snug, but you don't want to kink the hose. And now the trick to install this cover is pretty much these tabs right here. So you're going to see that one, you're going to see these tabs in here. So you want to align them first to make sure that they are where they belong, and then you go ahead and clip it. Now if that piece on the back falls, like it just did on me, you need to install it. Otherwise it'll be a little harder to do. There you go. So we're aligned, and now we're just going to go ahead and push forward. Now again, I'm going to take a final look in here, make sure that my power cable, there we go. And it's in. Alright guys, so now we want to go ahead and grab that cover, and we're going to cut a hole right on top of the power wire. So if you can see where I drilled the hole in here, and where my waste tank, my external waste is going to come through. So pretty much just drill a hole. I drill it as high as I can, okay? And then this hose, we're just going to route it right here, right next to all these power cables, okay? And that's what we're going to go through. Put the hose through here. Again, the hole, I like to use 7/32. I feel that is like the most tight fit that doesn't kink the hose. So this one, we're going to align it. Again, like I said before, these are your holes right here, and that's where your slits are going to go. So we're going to align it, and here we're aligned. But in here, the front, it has like a little screw hole that you're going to have to like pull out. So you push in, pull this part out, bend it a little bit, push forward, and we're in. And that's a better view of how I do it, how I like to do them. So right now my waste tank is on the back of the printer, it's completely away. So when I do my setup, it's pretty nice and clean. So when I set up my printer, I don't have like extra hoses coming to the side and things like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and pretty much go ahead and put the screws that I gotta do in here, and pretty much finish it up. And now in here, I'm going to put one of my little couplings. I'm going to put a link so you guys can see the ones that I use. I love them. They are pretty snug when they go in. And then from there, I'll run my hose. So, and then I will put a link also for the hose. All right. There you have it. All right. So as you guys saw, this wasn't a straightforward conversion. I try to do my best to get you guys a good shot. However, one thing I wish I would have done a little bit in learning, doing my video, was the top off where you put all your inks. If I would have removed that, it would have made it easier to remove the metal plate. So that's just one thing. So you guys that you watch my video, I would have done that differently, maybe next time. So other than that, pretty good so far. We had a good success. It's printing nice. Another thing that I want to note is that I did not remove the tray on this video, and after a couple of prints, I couldn't get it level enough. I couldn't put anything that will give me that level, so then my printer kept scratching my prints. So the only way that I was able to do it is pretty much I ended up removing the bottom tray completely out, and making actually a platform for it, and then now I have a nice and smooth printout surface. However, we'll see. Just please stay tuned, subscribe. We're going to be doing a comparison with the 8550 and the XP15000 next, and we're going to compare them side by side. So please, stay tuned and subscribe. Thank you for watching.